welcome back to my channel. So I know my makeup looks a little different than it usually does, a little bit out of my comfort zone. I will be posting a video, if I haven't already, where you'll see where this came from. So if it looks a little crazy or terrible, please excuse that. So anyway, this is going to be my Pan That Palette update for 2015 for April. So if you haven't seen my other videos, I am panning 3 different palettes. Well, I'm panning 2 and then partially panning the third one. So I'll start with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. So as usual, it probably looks exactly the same. If you don't know, I dropped this and I broke it at the end of last year. So that's kind of why I decided to pan it. So I have the parts that broke off in the little jars. So dim light is looking a little bit worn down right here, but there's still a ton of product. I guess one of the perks of having these broken is I can really tell how much product is left to go, and you know, there's a lot left to go. Like I don't know if you can really see how high up those domes are, but they're pretty high, and I'm nowhere near close to hitting pan on dim light, even though that's the one I probably use the most because I put it all over my face. But yeah, the other 2, I have the remnants in little jars, so I'll show you those. This is Incandescent Light, and this is the highlight shade in the middle, and this is how much is left in the jar. And I have switched over to using the palette for this shade for now, just because I'm not going to bring the palette with me when I am in the UK, because it's already broken and I'm just worried about traveling with it that it'll break even further, and I don't want that to happen. So when I travel, I'm just going to bring the little jars, so I won't be making any progress on dim light, but I want to, you know, make sure. I feel like, you know, I might have a little left if I use this every day in May for June, but I don't want to run out while I'm there because I want to make as much progress as I can while I'm there, even if the palette isn't with me. So this is Radiant Light, and I've been a lot better about using this one this past month. I've used it almost every day, I think, but there's still a ton of product because I just use the tiniest amount. So this one I'm still using out of this jar because I'm not worried about this running out anytime soon. So the second palette I'm kind of working on is the Urban Decay Pulp Fiction palette, and I still haven't used this a lot, but I have been reaching for it more and more. So these are what the shades look like, and I'm just going to kind of start incorporating these shades when I use up the similar shades in Lorac Pro. So this month I've mostly just been using Righteous since I've used up Cream. I have been using some of the other matte shades in Lorac Pro as kind of an all-over shade before I apply my other colors to help with blending, but I really prefer this one. I feel like the other ones kind of sometimes look a little weird. The white is like my skin isn't that dark, but I feel like if I was more fair, the white wouldn't be very noticeable, but just because I am a little darker than fair, it kind of is, and I look like a reverse panda before I put anything else on. And even though I put other colors on top and it kind of is less noticeable, then I still kind of notice it, especially when I use like pink for that. I feel like there's just a little bit of a pink cast to my look, and I'm not a big fan. So I have been reaching for this a little more, but I'm still trying to make myself use the Lorac Pro for that, just so I can get through those shades a little faster. So now what we've all been waiting for, the Lorac Pro. So before I open it up and show you where I'm at, just a reminder of where I was at the end of last month, and I will put pictures as always at the end of this video. So last month I had hit pan on Cream and I had repressed it, and then I had hit pan on Champagne, on Gold, and on Slate. So my goals for this month were to use up Cream, use up Champagne, and hit pan on Sable, and I kind of had another reach goal of hitting pan on Garnet. So this is where I'm at right now. And so yeah, so let's just talk about it really briefly. So I actually hit pan on White yesterday, I think. Yeah, I think on Saturday, so 2 days ago. So that one, you know, has a big dent in the middle, and I hit pan, so I've been using that one a lot more. I've been using it as a brow bone highlight, and then, like I said, I have been using it all over the lid up to my brow bone, just kind of as a base color over my primer and my color tattoo. Cream I used up pretty quickly after my last update since I had already repressed it. Taupe the dip is getting bigger. I definitely notice it more, and you know, looking at it next to White, I can kind of see that I'm pretty close to hitting pan, so that's pretty exciting. Like pink, the dip is also bigger. I've been using that sometimes in place of white, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan. And then this month I did a lot of kind of the matte look I came up with, which was with light all over the lid, mauve in the crease, and sable and maybe a little espresso in the outer V. And I did that, but I topped it with champagne a lot this month. And then when I used up champagne, I used nude. So that was one of the looks I did the most in April. So mauve still, there's like not even a dip. There's like barely, you can like see brush marks, but there's not even a dip in it at all, even though I have used it a lot. Sable I hit pan on a couple days after I filmed my last update, so that was really exciting. My sable is so powdery. I know some people have really hard packed in sables. Mine, like if I just blow on it, some of it will blow away. If I just sat here and blew on it all day, you know, it might be gone. So that's how powdery it is. But yeah, I'm pleased with the progress on that one. And that one I just kind of use in the outer V and in the like outer part of my crease sometimes. The espresso does have a tiny bit of a dip, and that I also use to deepen the outer V. And black has a little tiny like liner brush shaped dent in the middle. I feel like everyone's black has the same like long skinny dent in it from using liner brushes. So mine has that as well. I've been using that to set my Urban Decay West eyeliner, which is a brown eyeliner, when I use it on my upper lash line, because I'm not a big fan of brown on my upper lash line, so I put the black shadow over it, and then I like it a lot better, so I can make progress on my palette and that brown eyeshadow, or brown eyeliner that it was in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo. So nude, I use that as an inner corner highlight, and that one, the dip is pretty big as well. It looks like I could hit pan any day now. Champagne I used up, which was so exciting. I was so excited. I used it up the day after I found out about my internship, and I was just like in the best mood that day, and that was just like the topper. So I was happy about that. Gold, I wore gold and champagne a little bit this month, but not as much as I have in the previous months. So I didn't make a lot of progress on gold. Light bronze and pewter, I did use them both a couple times. I did do pewter off the lid with mauve in the crease a couple times, and I liked that look as well. Garnet, I really didn't concentrate on garnet. I did wear it a few times with nude layered on top of it, and I did like that. So I think that's how I'm going to kind of try to focus on garnet it coming up. Deep purple, I mean, you can tell that I've used it, but there's not really a dip at all. I've used it on my lower lash line and maybe my upper lash line a couple times. That's about it. And then slate, I still use that on the lower lash line over the West eyeliner as well, and that's pretty much the only way I used slate in the last month. I don't think I wore it all over the lid at all. So that is what I've been doing in April, and yeah, I'm pretty excited that I hit all my goals except for, you know, hitting pan on garnet. And so for May, if you haven't watched my other videos, I feel like a broken record saying this in almost every video, but I'm taking a break from all my projects in May because I'm going to be traveling in June and then moving in July, and I'm not bringing all my makeup with me, so I'm not going to set any goals. I still want to use it as much as I can, but I'm not going to put any pressure on myself to make any progress. So I'm not really going to set any goals, I guess, for this, but I think I would like to hit pan on taupe and nude. I think those are manageable goals because I'm really close, but I might not be using this every single day in the month of May, but I'm going to kind of reach for, especially like shades like white and taupe and espresso and sable and black. Whenever I need shades like that, I want to reach for this over whatever else I'm using. So last week was the first week I kind of was taking a break, but I focused on my single shadows, and all my single shadows are pretty much lid shades, so I still got a lot of use out of this, and I plan to do that some more in the rest of the month. And another goal I have in this month is to wear a lot of brighter lip colors. So I did that yesterday, and I used this palette just for a really neutral look. I just used the cream, and then instead of using, you know, Tyranny and Vengeance, I just used taupe and espresso and sable from the Lorac Pro, and you used white from there. So kind of my go-to look using this palette, but you know, mostly using the Lorac Pro and just using the cream shade in here. So those are kind of, so I will be making progress on this palette as well this month, but like I said, I don't know how much progress there will be at the end of this month, but I will still do an update, I think. It might be really short and just be like, nothing happened. So we'll see how it goes, but thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!